Is it actually going? Well, it looks like it's going. Let's do some stuff then. Well, anyways, hopefully this does better than on Twitch, because on Twitch, there's like no option for it, so what do I want to do? Maybe if I get some people in here, I might try to actually pull for 0.2 Kairi just for fun. Just for funsies. I mean, I could pull this raid boss, like, a ton of times to... I mean, because I need, like, a ton of the coins for it. Yeah, I mean, there's that in the story. I mean, but the story really isn't going anywhere, so... I should probably just do this. Yeah, screw it. Why not? You know what? Let's... Oh, I did actually make a setup for Fenrir. I'm just like, let's make a setup for Fenrir, because I haven't done that yet. No, I'm a filthy liar. That's what I am. I'm a filthy, filthy liar. Oh, yeah, and then, that whole setup for freaking... God, I need to do the... What's it called? KHuX event. Yeah. Don't know what else to really put on that. Huh. And I still get notifications. Jeez. What do I want? Let's grab that, I guess. Okay. I feel like there's still a little bit of lag to it, but I'm not 100% sure. I don't think that's gonna summon the raid boss. I think you need to kill at least 3 when it's not a double raid boss hour. I probably should have made a notification for that, huh? So, yo, I'm going live on YouTube instead. Freaking rip. I don't know, I think I... Oh, hey, it did summon a raid boss, alright. I'll just go in with this. I'm like, do you need a sniper for this? I don't remember if, like, it's good to have a sniper for this, or if it just doesn't matter, or what have you. Let's see. Did this thing have, like... I think that was the weekend raid boss that just had, like, an ass ton of health on one of his body parts. So let's grab Dark Riku, because I mean, why the fuck not? Edgelord power, dog. Yeah, no, he like does not have any health so far, so that's good. Yeah, no, it definitely was the weekend raid boss then at that point. Because I was just like, I remember something with like, what is it, like over 100 bars of health, I think. Oh my god, Zigbar, just melt that fool. Alright. As it turns out, Zigbar is a pretty good sniper. Wait, how much did that cost me AP wise? I'm not too sure. Not much. I mean, I guess to be honest, like, if I really wanted to do this all night, I could just freaking spam the crap out. Oh, well, there's... Oh, yeah, technically, because, yeah, I don't know, time zones are weird in this. Time is weird in this. Yeah, but I don't know. Like, I mean, because I'd like to... I mean, can you stream to YouTube and to Twitch at the same time? Because, like, honestly, I wouldn't mind doing both. Like, I don't know, maybe I should do, like, a joint custody type thing. Then again, I don't really have an audience on YouTube at all. I'm kind of just, like, doing a shot in the dark here. Like, and then not to mention, streaming on YouTube is relatively new, so I'm probably not going to get anyone anyways. So, I probably should just go onto Twitch. At least at the moment. But I'm not too sure. I don't know what I'm doing with my life. Not at all. And then, not to mention, I probably should wait for, like, when is it? Like, the double spawn hour is in less than an hour? The double raid boss spawn is in, like, 44 minutes, I want to say. I mean, honestly, I probably should just wait for that, but then that would require me to, like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I mean, well, I mean, then again, this also kind of helps me on YouTube. Like, it'll upload a video. I mean, no, like, I'm just kind of talking to myself, because, you know, I'm fucking sick in the head, but, I mean, I don't know. Also, I don't like the free advertising I'm giving to fucking Mobizon. It's just there. So you should be able to take that off, but whatever. Yeah, whoops, I didn't want to do that. I wonder if this is recording my... Well, then again, I'm doing it through OBS, so yeah. Because OBS will do that. So I should be fine. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'll, like, maybe the last thing I'll do is, like, I'll stream on YouTube until the double hour is over. Then I'll move over to Twitch, and then I'll stream for, you know, 4 more hours on Twitch or something. Yeah, I don't know. Like, well, I mean, then again, like, am I really gonna be doing this though? Like, for the whole time? Like, because I think I'd rather just wait for the double whatever hour, and then what is it? It's like like, I'm trying to think of the words for it. Like, oh man. Like, I guess it's kind of just like, alright, like, I kind of want to wait for, like, the double whatever hour, and then during the double whatever hour, I'll do, like, the raid bosses and this and that, because I think it also drops the AP, but then it's also, like, if I do that, you know, there's a potential that it'll, like, I'll drain all of my AP, and then when the double Lux hour does pop up, it'll, you know, I basically won't be able to do anything on it. I was like, yeah, I could always pay to regenerate my AP gauges, but I'm not a whale, so I don't really dump a ton of income into that. Like, I'd rather save it for, like, you know, a pull for a medal or, you know, just something. That's just me. Honestly, I don't even think I'm I'm not even like a V2P. I'm more just like, whenever they have like a medal deal, because they're going to keep on doing them. They're just, it's a money maker, so they're obviously going to keep on doing like these money deals where, or the VIP deals, where you buy VIP, you get, I mean, not only do you get bonus jewels, but you also get, you get like a medal that you can only get through that. And I don't even think they've brought those back in Japan, so, I mean, there's a snowball's chance in hell that they're gonna fucking bring them back in America as non-VIP, so, I mean, I don't, like, I see, like, these are basically tier 5 gilted medals that are just, like, you're basically paying $15 for well, no, you're paying $30 for a tier 5 gilted medal and a reroll, and you gain Nova. You obviously get traits on the medal, and you get, what is that? That's 8,800 jewels in the process? I mean, mind you, that's still $30, but, I mean, it's kind of just like, it's really subjective if it's worth it to you or not. I mean, like, if you have, like, no disposable income and, you know, this isn't, like, your favorite game ever made, you know, obviously I wouldn't suggest, you know, skipping dinner for, you know, 2 weeks so that you can get that medal gilted. I mean, honestly, they haven't even come out with, like, a real game-changing medal yet, and it, like, I want to say probably, like, the best one is Illustrated Bell and Beast. And that was mainly because it was a tier 5 gilted medal that it also, you know, it buffed you. It's a tier 5 general buffer that also clears all the buffs and debuffs off of your opponent. But then on top of that, you also got, you know, it was good at attacking as well. Like, it has a really good multiplier. Like, you see, right here, this is just with its guilt, because I'm using Divine Rose, which doesn't give it an additional bonus. So, you know, all that considered, you know, that's pretty fucking redonkulous. Like, 5.81 with, it's not even max guilted either, so... Why did I pick that medal? I don't even know why I picked that medal, but alright. So, I mean, well, then again, if this gets uploaded to YouTube, then, I mean, hey, I don't know. I'll try to be as entertaining as possible, just, you know, talking and whatnot. But... Oh, God, what if you need to fucking turn it on, like, on Twitch? That'd be a bitch. So, yeah, only 116% guilt, but... like, it's still doing quite a bit, you know, just for what it does. It was, and then it's an AoE, so it's like, in a lot of situations, people needed that debuffer, but now on top of that, they have a medal that buffs you, and then it also removes all the buffs from your opponent. You know, it's basically, it became a Bell and Illustrated Kairi. I mean, of course you don't get the heal with it, because that would just be redonkulous. You know, that would just be way out of hand. But just for what it was, I would honestly say that Illustrated Bell and Beast, especially since you could just legit buy it. $15, and it's basically like, here you go, here's your tier 3 buff, which back in the day, it meant a lot more than it does now. Just because, I mean, now it's like, you get up to +7, and that's where you want to be at. Or you get up to a ×7 multiplier, and that's what you want to be at. But back in the day, where tier 3 was the max, you're just like, bro, this is, you know, this is the bee's knees. This is what's going on. you know, this is what I want in my life. You know, you get that tier 3 buff, and then, you know, you can move on from there. Now it's kind of like, power creep is kind of pushing out all of these tier 3 medals now. Like, unless they have dual cast, they can't even hope to compete with, you know, 0.2 Kairi. Because 0.2 Kairi is just like, well, I give them a ×6 multiplier, I don't need dual cast, I give them an additional buff to their power, strength, and magic, I give the enemy a debuff to their power, strength, magic, and regular defense, and on top of that, I still, I regenerate health, you know, I give the player health back. So, I mean, it's just, power creep exists in every game, but, like, and I'm not saying that they should nerf it, because that would just be stupid, especially at this point, since it's, like, it's already out, you know, stuff is already going to happen, people have already gotten them, people have already pulled for them, and that would just be, I want to say it would be highly unethical to nerf it at this point. I would honestly say that it's kind of highly unethical for them to nerf it at all. You know, outside of Japan, like, you know, to nerf it since it already came out in Japan. You know, like, when it comes to nerfs and everything, it's just, I've always been about, like, you know, hey man, if you guys release something overpowered in the game, that's kind of on you guys. You know, so it's like, outside of nerfing, you know, you guys need to find a way to fix it. Because otherwise, you know, you're legitimately like, hey, there's this really good thing, buy it. And then after everyone's already dropped their money, everyone's already, you know, blew their load. You know, now you're just like, oh, well, it was too powerful, so we gotta nerf it, guys. And it's just like, well, no, you already took our money. Like, you know, if you were going to nerf it into the ground like that, none of us would have bought it in the first place, so it's kind of fucked up that you're basically making this thing completely unusable after you already took our money. Like, give us a refund or something at that point. So it's like, I'm not calling for a nerf, I'm just kind of saying power creep is very, very prevalent, I guess, in this sense. And you could see that it's very prevalent because, in my opinion, once again, I mean, the only tier 3 booster, like the only thing that's going to give you like a tier 3 general strength increase, it's going to be relevant still, is going to be Illustrated Bell and Beast. You know, like, let's look at this. So just it going up to Guilt is giving it a 2.69 multiplier. Then on top of that, you can have 150% since it's a tier 5 medal. That boots it up to, oh god, what, man, I'm terrible with math. I would need like a pen and paper. I'm just gonna kind of ballpark it. Yeah, let me see, 1.35 on top of the so that's gonna boost it up to about like a, I want to say about like a 6.7-ish, something like that at max guilt. So that's a roughly a 6.7 multiplier. Just ballparking it. Yeah, it does cost 5 gauges, but once again, its modifier is so high, like its damage modifier is just so up there, that, to be perfectly honest, I definitely wouldn't be sad about putting in an SP Gauge 2, an SP Gauge 1. I would never use SP Gauge 0 just because, like, yeah, there's a chance that it'll proc, but I mean, we've kind of moved into that meta where if it's not a 100% guarantee, it's very risky, especially with kind of like the whole hidden resistances of a lot of the enemies. I don't know if there's been data mines or not on it, or if it's been revealed. I'm very sure it hasn't. Otherwise, that information probably would have blown up, and people would be using hard numbers and hard percentages for resistances and what have you. But I mean, Square Enix has said that certain things are going to be more resistant. Like, certain higher level enemies are going to be more resistant to status effects and your skills proccing, etc., etc. So, it's just, in my opinion, if it's not 100% or if it's not like really high up there, it's really, it's kind of a hit or a miss. So I would kind of put it on, I would put it on stuff that I would kind of use, but I wouldn't like need it necessarily to proc. So something like my unboosted, unguilted World of Final Fantasy Yuna. Like, she's good. She gives you that one tier of PSM buff. She ignores target's attributes for her special attack, meaning that she always does, I don't want to say critical damage, she always does the, she always does advantageous damage, I suppose. Like, so normally she would be magic, which would be good against power, but weak against speed. But in her case, if you use her special, she's good against everything. So, when it comes to her, I didn't have her boosted. I didn't have her guilted because I didn't have jewels saved up at the time. So it's like, she can still hit pretty hard and she's still pretty good. So, I mean, I'll slap an attack boost 3 on her, but I would say she doesn't really deserve the attack boost 3 max, seeing as how she isn't a boosted medal and she isn't guilted. And honestly, there's kind of a long list of things that I would be using my Mickey and Brooms. Thank God we finally actually got those stupid things. There's a long list of things that I will be guilting before I guilt World of Final Fantasy Yuna. I mean, if you were like 1 or 2 orbs away, that would be one thing, but seeing as how I would need 5 Mickey and Brooms to guilt it, I would just rather be doing something else with those Mickey and Brooms. Oh, but yeah, I don't know. I kind of just went off on a tangent with that. Yeah, I was talking about this, and then honestly, on top of that, I honestly wouldn't be miffed about putting an attack boost 3 max SP gauge 1 or 2 also on Illustrated Bell and Beast. They're that good of a medal. I mean, it's honestly still probably going to be used. If anything, you can put this in your first slot. You'll use it if you need a debuff, because on top of that you're getting the 3 tiers of strength, and then you remove all status effects off of your target. So you use that, you negate all of your opponent's statuses, and then you would use something like 0.2 Kairi. You know, that would give you your ×7 general buff. It would wipe your targets of statuses, and then on top of that, you would be putting more debuff statuses onto the targets, and you would be giving yourself even more of a buff. So, I mean, that's kind of the thing. Because I don't really see myself ever using, I don't really see myself ever using something like the other Kairi. Let's see, how do I sort it? Oh yeah, strength. Let's go with that. So it's probably going to take me a minute to find... well, right here. So I don't really see myself ever using this Kairi, because she has a very bad multiplier for damage. She's never been there for damage, though, so I mean, it's kind of whatever. Even after you guilt it, I mean, what she'll do... I mean, it's not like she's going to do no damage. It's just... she was never meant to do damage, so that's why her multiplier is so low. That, on top of that, she was also... I mean, don't get me wrong, she was a game changer when she first came out, but in today's standards, like, she's nowhere near as good. Like, even when you max it out, and even if you get the max amount of guilt, I mean... God, let me think here. You'll probably be getting... I don't even think you're going to get a 2x multiplier out of her. I mean, if that, you might get like a 1.9 or something. I'm not too sure. But, I mean, let's be generous and say you do get like a 2x multiplier with 130%. So that's going to net you 4.6% if I'm not mistaken, or 4.6 times damage. And then you also get healed, which, I mean, for a maxed out guilted tier 4 medal is really low. I mean, And there's so many other things that will also give you that greatly recovers HP. I mean, you're going to be using KH2 Kairi illustrated. You're going to be using .2 Kairi, obviously. Like, it's just at this point, she's not the end-all, be-all that she used to be. I mean, don't get me wrong, because I Mercy pulled her, you know? I dropped the cash and Mercy pulled her back when she first came out. She was great. She was fantastic when she first came out. I loved her when she first came out. She was a staple in all of my Keyblades. But, I mean, now as time went on, and I was kind of going through stuff, and then, you know, this fucking monster came out. Like, as soon as I saw this, I'm just like, I've already been dropping for the VIP every time one of these medals come out, and it's like, I'm not going to skip a beat here, because, like, this medal is just fucking stupid. Like, it's amazing. There's no other way to put it. This illustrated Belle and Beast is just awesome. And then on top of that, I was able to save an illustrated Belle and Beast. I saved it just for the reroll purposes. And, it came out after, the what is it called? The bonus came out, the whole bonus trait, or not bonus trait, the whole bonus, bonus percentage thing came out after the traits came out. And I tried my luck at it, and I ended up rolling the extra attack at 40% power, and, there we go. This is all you needed. And I mean, now that .2 Kairi is coming out, I mean, this used to be the be-all, end-all for your buffs, but now that .2 Kairi is out, she basically does all that and then some, which is the thing. It's like, will I still use this illustrated Belle and Beast? I mean, probably. But it's just, comparatively, I honestly never see myself using this illustrated Kairi. What other buffers are there? I mean, I used to use that Kairi, but that was back in like my early days. I don't really see myself using Sebastian. I really wouldn't see myself using Ariel and Flounder. I wouldn't see myself using the key art, wherever that is. Yeah, I wouldn't see myself using this key art. I mean, and then once again, it's also pretty good. It's also pretty good. Has a really, really high fucking multiplier. It's another tier 5 medal. It's good. It's a really good medal. It's just, I want to say, like, I don't have room on the Keyblade, with only 5 medals being able to be slotted in. Like, you need to build for efficiency, and that's kind of the thing. Like, in my opinion, the big efficiency comes from, if you have .2 Kairi, if you get a dual cast on her, she'll max out. Then all your general buffers are just null and void at that point. All of your general buffers are gone. Like, who cares? Like, you could legit sell them all if you really wanted to, because .2 Kairi is all you need. Once again, arguably, Belle and Beast would still be okay. They'd be put in really niche situations. Basically just situations where even after all of your buffs and debuffs, which it's like on top of that, though, you could also use something like Belle. You just use a regular Belle, which I'm not too sure where she is at in my list. But you can just use like a regular Belle to do a AoE status removal on everything, So it's like, it's not even like illustrated Belle and Beast is irreplaceable, to be perfectly honest, which is good. It's good, because it's like when you have that one irreplaceable medal, people start to kind of get a little annoyed, I would say, because it's just like, especially if it's tied behind something like, You know, like a high score challenge or something. Because I mean, I remember the whole JNS debacle, which JNS is still good. They're kind of getting power creeped out, in my opinion, as well. But to be perfectly honest, it's kind of good, kind of bad. It's kind of a it's a neither here nor there type of deal. But anyway, so yeah, here's Belle. She just does the AoE, remove status effects of all targets. Once again, not good on damage. She's in a damage dealer. At this point, I believe her multiplier when maxed out is less than the Kairi when she's maxed out. That does make sense, though, because Belle is just a tier 3 medal compared to Kairi being a tier 4. But then on top of that, getting Bells are a lot easier than getting Kairis. In my opinion, at least. Some people might be super lucky to get them, but yeah, I've gotten like a ton of Bells. I've gotten enough to guilt her, re-roll her several times. You know, so it's just kind of like, you know, right there, you could use that Bell if you really need that mass debuff. So it's like, even at that point, you know, and then it's not like a limited time medal like this was. This is never coming back. This was locked behind that VIP from, you know, God knows how long ago. So I mean, that's kind of the thing. So it's like it's cool that they have stuff like that where it's like, okay, well, you can kind of mess around with your build. Although in this scenario, like, you wouldn't get that maxed out buff unless you have dual cast on your 0.2 Kairi, which I guess that kind of just comes down to like how traits work in the game and just how ridiculously powerful dual cast is as an ability. It's really, really powerful. Especially, I mean, there was the guy that got 2.2 or 2 illustrated KH2 Kairis, and he rolled traits on both and got dual cast on both. Like, I don't have dual cast on mine, unfortunately, but you know, like that having one KH2 Kairi with dual cast is already like, you're good for whatever you want to do. Like, if you're using more than 20 of your gauges, holy shit, you know, like, holy balls, man. Because for the most part, if you're going to be using like a high gauge cost thing, like, you know, consider like Zigbar B. You know, I don't have, because I didn't really have any at the time, and I really needed like the attack boost, and now I'm too stubborn to get rid of the attack boost 3 max. Just out of stupidity or out of whatever. I don't want to get rid of that, but what you could do is AB3 max with SP gauge 1. And to be honest, if you have just these really powerful medals that, I mean, they cost a ton of gauge, you know, there's ways around it, you know. And obviously, I would never suggest putting like an SP gauge 1 on something like a Zigbar or a Halloween Town Sora or what have you. It's mainly because we have so many different ways to regenerate our gauges. I mean, we have Minnie and Daisy, we have Chip and Dale, which, I mean, I don't know. I don't think there's anyone viewing me right now, but if this does get put on my channel, if this does get put on my channel, you know, this was like an old event medal. It was like, I think they called it like a mini high score challenge or something. This is just to restore gauges. So there's that. There's stuff like that not illustrated, but the Evil Terra, I think it was called, or whatever, the reverse magic medal that like just came out. There are ways to finagle that and the Vanitas that just came out. I don't have any of these because, as you can see, I've been saving my jewels for 0.2 Kairi, of course. So there are ways to kind of finagle your way into just regenerating gauges, kind of when you weren't supposed to, almost. It was a good idea to add that because gauge regeneration became such a huge thing, especially when 0.2 Kairi came out. Or not 0.2 Kairi, but illustrated KH2 Kairi. Basically all of the Kairis were the things that I've been saving for because they're just so powerful. They're just so good. And I don't think anyone can really argue that. I mean, if someone could argue why each of the kairis, when they came out at their time, were could be considered at their time not good, I would like to hear an argument for it, you know? I would like to hear just another person's perspective if they thought that even at their time, which, I mean, at this point, I can't see Illustrated KH2 Kairi becoming irrelevant, really, for the duration of this game just because of how powerful it is. Maybe at some point in the future where maybe the PSM strength buff and the PSM defense down stuff, when that just becomes almost irrelevant, or when we get another cap increase from like 7 to 10 or something maybe, and they start pumping out bosses that are just way too ridiculously powerful and high on defense, I could possibly see. But I mean, honestly, she still recovers 10 of your gauges, and I think maybe the only time I could see that possibly becoming irrelevant is if Square just floods the market with what's it called? If Square just floods the market with just like SP gauge 1 attack boost 3 stuff. Because like at that point you don't really need 10 gauges, and then even on top of that, like if you're using stuff like that Vanitas, or if you're using the Evil Terra, and then I'm sure they're going to be pumping out even more on top of that. So it's like if you're going to be using that stuff and you regenerate those, 3 gauges or what have you, it honestly kind of makes you almost self-efficient if you have enough of them, especially if you get something like dual cast on them, because at that point, I mean, you're spending 1 gauge to regenerate 3 gauges, which means in the long run you're going to be regenerating 4 gauges. So it's almost like, okay, so if you dual cast your .2 Kairi, that'll give you, that's 4 gauges, and with your 1 attacking medal that regenerates 4 gauges, that's kind of how I see it, at least. But I mean, I guess time will tell. I could totally be proven wrong, because I mean, I'm not like a freaking genius or anything. I'm just like an average dude. So I mean, who knows? Time can tell. Time could tell. I mean, I could be proven entirely wrong. Who knows, right? This is kind of like my 2 cents on the matter, though. And that was a really, really long-winded, just, I don't want to say it was like a rant. I almost want to say it was just kind of like an informational, like, thing, I guess. Do I still have... Whoa, hey. Well, now I need to fix that in OBS because I didn't want to do that. Okay, let's pull up OBS and try to fix that. And fixed. Yeah, that's good. Sorry about that. It looked like power save settings is off, because I was thinking about doing some Union Cross stuff. Yeah, it is. All right. Yeah, because, I mean, honestly, I do kind of need to start doing these. Get the Pirate Red Bandana avatars. And there's 0 AP. What? I don't know what I really want to play. Like, I want to play around with Fenrir. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is a completely self-efficient Keyblade. Okay. Yeah. Let's go ahead and try this, I guess. Let's have some fun. Oh, I go up against a fire enemy. Alright, let's see. Oh, they're already fighting the Iron Giant. Is this it? I don't... Ooh, I don't think we're gonna kill this in 35 seconds. This thing has a pretty good amount of health. Pretty solid amount of HP. And I'm also using a power keyblade, which is, it's not good. It's not good for this. Alright, let's go ahead and blow him up. I was doing 47k a hit with that, what's it called? That's not bad. Oh, yeah. But yeah, I don't know. Hey, nice. Oh, I need to hold that? Hi. Oh, yep. I don't know. I haven't done these in a while. I haven't done like these crossboards or anything. I mean, I'm down to play again. Whew, 300. Man. Huh, I don't know, like, so these cost 0, I guess? Yeah, I'm gonna look for the fat bandits. Well, these aren't the fat bandits, but, we'll go ahead and fight them anyways. Well, then again, I mean, we had, like, 2 minutes to find them, so, I mean, it's not like it's not like it's gonna be, like, impossible to find them. There's a good chance that we'll get them. Oh, here's a fat bandit. I wonder, does it update? Like, does it update when someone in your party kills a fat bandit, or what? Oh, there's so many things that I want to guilt, but I just can't, because I'm too bad. Hey, we got it. Nice. That's what I wanted to do. And it's like, I've also, like, I've seen a good point when it comes to, why did someone leave the quest? Oh, whatever. But, like, I've seen a good point, like, when it comes to, like, people trying to fight stuff, like, I almost don't want to get involved just because in certain situations... Did the same person just join the quest after they just quit? I don't know. Like, I kind of find that to be poetic justice when, like, people who leave the game get thrown into the same exact game that they just left. Anyways. I was, it's because a lot of people say, like, newer players will use, like, the smaller enemies that they fight. They'll use them to, like, get up their gauges in between fights because, you know, certain players won't have access to stuff like point two, or, oh my god. The whole point two Kairi thing's got me like that. Anyways. So, like, they don't have access to, like, these gauge regenerating things just because they haven't had enough time to pull, or they haven't had enough, you know, they weren't around for the anniversary when she came out, and stuff like that. So, a lot of people say that people who are fighting these monsters, people who are fighting the smaller Heartless and stuff, they're doing it to regenerate their gauges in between rounds. So, it's like, I kind of don't want to jump into it, just because, you know, if they're using it to... Oh wow, this was just a kill Heartless thing? Okay. Like, if they're using it to regenerate their gauges, I mean, I have, especially on my Fenrir right now, like I said, my Fenrir is entirely self-sufficient. Like, I regenerate more gauges than I'll be using. So at that point, you know, I'm good. Like, you know, I'll never need to do anything else. I think I got enough time for like one or two. Oh my god! Jesus, like, the amount of coins you get. Did they buff this? Did they buff this? I feel like they buffed this. Alright, Fat Bandits again. Let's go find them. Yeah, I don't know, like, I've never really liked the competitive side of this game. Like, because it's... Oh, god damn it. I accidentally moved the thing again. 1 second, guys. Sorry about that. You're gonna have to bear with me for a minute. I just want to finish off this group so that when the other players find the next group of Fat Bandits, like, you know, it's not like they're waiting on me to kill this group or something. So anyways, my whole thing was, like, you know, I don't know. I just don't know. Like, I don't want to interrupt people and, like, you know, screw up their thing, like, if they really needed it, I guess. Oh, did I accidentally... yeah, I accidentally increased the size of the window. So let's go ahead and chop that down a little bit. I'm really sorry about this. I'm pretty new to using, like, this, like... I'm pretty new to just, like, streaming this. Like, this little app thing. So... Okay, that should be fine. I think. Okay, let me see. Do I have a sorry thing? Do I have the sorry emote or something? Because, yeah, that was my bad. Like, I was adjusting my settings and stuff. Oh, I can minimize that. It's like, I swear I'm not AFK, guys. I didn't need to use that either. But yeah. I got room for like one more. Alright, and then I'll do the double Lux hour junk. Okay. Man. Yeah, no, like these crossboards, they need to be like super expensive or something. I don't know. I don't trust it. Cuz that's a lot of coins, dude. Whoop. Okay, Behemoth. Where is it? Oh, this one? Yeah. Whew. That's a lot of health. And we're supposed to... Oh, we're supposed to kill everything? I kind of like this. It's like a boss rush type thing. This is pretty cool. I don't know. I almost feel like I wish like it tells you what you're going to get into beforehand. Because otherwise you just kind of have to use like a multi-purpose Keyblade almost. Like, I probably would have been better coming in here with Divine Rose. Just because my power hitter, you know, Zigbar, he's just, like, he doesn't care. Like, he's just like, I do damage regardless. Like, I don't care what the other person is. I don't care what their attributes are. I do a ton of damage. Ooh, I was paralyzed and I didn't even notice. But yeah, so it's like Zigbar is just like, I don't care. Like, I'm going to do a ton of damage and that's it, you know. So, I probably should have come in here with Royal Rose. But, I mean, it's whatever. I mean, but yeah, I kind of wish, like, maybe in the future or something, they tell you, like, hey, you're going to go in to do a boss rush with a Behemoth and, what are those? I want to say Puzzle Master, but I don't think it's a Puzzle Master. And then a Guard Armor and I want to say it has something to do with juggling or trick master. So it's like you're gonna go in to fight these, and it's like, oh, okay, like that's fine. You know, and it kind of gives you like some heads up information type of deal. I guess it would be kind of odd. I mean, just because it almost feels like you can kind of cheese it in a sense, and oh, he's gone. I don't know. Like, did he like disconnect or I don't know. It doesn't matter. So that's kind of the thing. I guess people could kind of cheese it in a sense, like, oh well, hey, I know I'm doing this mission, so I'll queue up for it, and then I'll leave, like I'll quit. But I mean, I don't know. I feel like at that point, people like Square would just say, well, you quit, so you don't get to do the next mission. You have to replay that mission or something. I don't know. I feel like there's ways that it could be implemented. That's just me. Oh man, what else? Oh yeah, I'm probably gonna upload a pull video. Like, I know it's super generic and it's super fucking basic and garbage and blah blah blah, but I don't know, I feel like this community is still so small that pull videos aren't as bad as pull videos in like other communities. Like, I mean, I don't know, I'd say like stuff like Overwatch and CSGO, and I mean, not so much TF2 anymore because it's kind of falling off, like, but I mean, just kind of like in general, a lot of places, like a lot of stuff with like a gachapon system or something, or you know, something in that respect it's kind of generic at this point. You know, like people just kind of expect it, like, oh well, you're just doing another stupid pull video, so you know, and then a lot of people get flack for it, and it's just like, well, it's like, I kind of see the point. I kind of see where people are coming from. It is kind of like a just generic, basic thing to do. Just like, oh, well, you're doing a pull video for a thing, and, you know, you get overexcited over it, you know, and you're hyperactive and blah, blah, blah. But I don't know. Like, I kind of feel like just doing a pull video. Just do a pull video. Like, it doesn't really excuse me from just, you know, being just same generic garbage, but I don't know. I'm still gonna do it. Let me see if I can get down to my Roxas, I'll help him. Someone already got him right. I'm just like, cause like Roxas isn't really, or yeah, I think it's just Roxas. It doesn't tell you. But yeah, like, I don't really need the defense down on the boss. Like, I don't know, I feel like the defense down is kind of overrated, almost. For bosses, at least. Or raid bosses, yeah. It's kind of overrated, but, yeah. I think it's mainly because, like, their defense is just so low. Oh, wow, they tell you, like, the damage and stuff. Well, that's cool. Yeah, no, I got a dip. I got to dip. Yep, we 4 minutes into the double spawn hour. Alright. Yep, I'll go ahead and pop my boost. Why not? Oh man, I would have pulled the fuck out of that Kairi. If anything, I might even go Mercy with it, to be honest, like twice, like just so that I can get the stuff. Like I can get I can get her guilted. I can do all that. Yep. Alright. It's like I want to use Fenrir, but it's just not that good for it. I think I'm just, yeah, I'm using this. Would be a good metal. Yeah, this is good. Yeah, I kind of want to level up my Divine Rose. Divine Rose is just a really, really powerful Keyblade. It's really good. I mean, and I think it takes different, like, because it takes Electrum to level up, like, the Proud Mode Keyblades, and, I mean, I want to max out Fenrir, just to max out Fenrir, but, I mean, that's only because I really, really like Fenrir. Alright. You know what? Oh, wait. Same special attack as the next metal. So I think as a shared metal, that means it's useless, because there's nothing after it. Honestly, that HD Nominee would really be good for this, because at that point I could, like, double up Zigbar and just fucking nuke stuff. Oh, man, that'd be freaking brutal, dude. Oh, attack boost 4 max? Wait, what did this one have? Let's try to help my party out. Get more Lux. Alright. I don't know, what would be a good metal to replace that unit with, because I'm not 100% on that WAF Yuna. Like, it's good, and it's cool, and I dig it. I'm just kind of like, I feel like there would be better options. But, I mean, I don't know. Oh, Lord, that damage. Dang, this thing only costs 1 gauge, huh? Nice. Yeah, I don't know. I miss a lot of the event medals, like a lot of the high score challenges and stuff. I don't know. I've just never really been competitive in this game, so I mean, it's like a try, but it's just, I don't want to say it, but this game is like really, really, really pay to win, especially now. Like, just in comparison, I feel. And once again, if anyone's watching this video long enough and they watch up to this point, I just, like, because you take the old high score challenges and you look at those, right, and you see that, oh, well, look at that, you had a medal that got introduced, like, you know, 3 or 4 packs ago, you know, like, that was its introduction pack, when it's like, hey, this is the new thing. This might not be the highest tier medal, but it's still in there. And I just kind of feel like now it's just, it's same as the previous medal. Okay, let's go ahead and do that. Well, and we're going into this, so it doesn't matter. But anyways, it's just, I don't know. It's kind of annoying because, like, I mean, obviously I get it. Give the higher percentages to the new medals. That's how the high score challenge has always been. But throw players a bone here, you know? Like, don't just like put, okay, well, these are all the new hotness medals you have to pull from packs right now. And legitimately, I don't think I've ever seen anyone rank high enough in the rankings to get what the high score challenge medal is. Like, you know, like, take the last high score challenge, Armored Ventus. I don't think anyone who didn't have, like, and this has just been a thing for a long time, I don't think anyone got an Armored Ventus if they didn't have a bonus percent. And I just, personally, I don't think that that's right. I think that's kind of messed up, especially since, I mean, you have stuff that's like, I mean, it's just because people don't have a chance at it. You have to pull from the new packs. You have to get VIP packs, and it's just, I feel like they could be a lot fairer with this whole thing, and they just choose not to because they know people are going to spend money on this regardless, which, I mean, I guess is kind of back and forth. I guess that is kind of a good business plan because you're basically safe. You know that people are still going to buy this stuff. You know that people are still going to spend their money on it. But I feel like it's also just kind of scummy, though, that they're going to take advantage of that. Oh my god, this thing has dual cast? What? I mean, like, that wasn't a ton of damage, but wow, that was pretty cool. Anyways, so I don't know, that's kind of how I feel about it. I think it's kind of screwed up. And I mean, I kind of wish it would go back to the older days of just, you know, hey, you might not do the best, but at least you still have a chance at the medal. I mean, it's kind of like, because, like, look at how many more players have come into the game, you know? Like, wouldn't you want to put your best foot forward and show, like, oh, well, hey, you know, I know this is a freemium game, and if you really want to, you know, get into the game hardcore, you do have to, you know, drop money on the game. You know, you have to spend money, or you have to, you know, save up your jewels for, you know, for X amount of time until this one particular deal comes out, and you have to use your resources to the max. You have to, I mean, because that's kind of the thing, in my opinion. Like, if you have, like, infinite resources, and you have infinite means and infinite funds, or you have really high funds, you don't really need to care about what you spend your jewels on. You don't need to care about, you know, should I save? Should I save my, you know, hundreds of dollars in jewels for, you know, something later potentially? Or should I just say screw it and throw all caution to the wind now? And, you know, basically in the same scenario, because, so Point 2 Kairi just came out couple days ago. It came out like Friday morning, Thursday night type of deal. So it's like, so that came out, but what happened to all the people before that are just like, I really, really want Armored Ventus. I guess I'm gonna need to drop money on the Axel banner that doesn't have a Mercy and just pray that I get it. You know, I have to buy the VIP, I have to do this, I have to do that, just to have a chance, you know, because you're competing against a whole other community, you know. There's the entire other community of players that are just, they're also trying to compete for it, you know. I tried to compete for it. I mean, basically because it's like, I already bought the VIP pack for Vivi, and I'm just like, well, I might as well, you know. So, yeah, like, hell yeah. You know, because basically I don't want, because, alright, so back when Jack and Sally first came out, just a little, I guess not really a primer or anything, but just kind of like my feels on it. That had the whole illustrated Kairi thing, right? Like, you know, you used illustrated Kairi, and that was part of her little bonus pack. Like, you know, that was the high score challenge that got tied to her. I'm just like, oh, cool, I'll have to do that, you know, and then I just kind of kept on putting it to the wayside, I had to, you know, I was working at my job, and I'm just like, dude, because it also, I got, like, super depressed because, like, my first pull or so for Kairi, I'm just like, oh, cool, I got my first tier 4 medal out of, you know, outside of getting, what's it called? Outside of getting, oh man, what is it? Outside of, like, you know, getting a Mercy pull. And I was just like, oh, sweet, you know, that's freaking awesome. You know, I finally got, you know, something decent out of a pack, which it really wasn't decent. I think it was like an SP Roxas, which is just kind of meh. It's mainly because, like, the difficulty for getting their gauge or getting their requirement to max out their damage is really a pain in the ass. But anyways, I was pretty excited. I'm just like, oh, dude, freaking sweet, you know, this is gonna be great. And you know, I kind of took my time with pulling. This was over the course of I think at least a couple of days or something, and it eventually just got to the point where I'm just like, dude, like I kept on pulling and pulling, and the SP Roxas was pretty early on in my packs. I'm just like, bro, this is terrible. Like I kept on getting garbage after garbage, and this was back when you could still pull quest medals out of packs. So, you know, freaking, I'd have Pence over here staring me in the face, or I'd have, you know, Olette, or Hayner, or freaking, you know, Goofy A, Donald A, and it would just be fucking terrible. It felt depressing. I felt very depressed by it. I felt very downtrodden and defeated by it. And honestly, that's kind of the problem with these games. Like, that in a nutshell is kind of the problem that comes with these games is, you know, you have to understand that it's 100% a gachapon system. So if you're going to play it, you basically have to go in expecting you're going to lose. Because if you set your hopes too high, you're just going to come crashing down to earth when it doesn't happen. But here's the thing, each time it does happen, you feel elated. You're just like, oh my god, it finally happened. And then it almost like, it justifies you. You're just like, well look, no, I did win. I did pull the slot machine, you know, and then once out of, you know, 1,000 tries, it finally did happen, you see? So it can happen. And it's like, well, yeah, it can happen, of course. You know, I mean, I've seen people in NA pull more tier 4s and, you know, tier 4s and 5s and stuff. I've seen people pull more of those than back in the day, like when Mercy pulls were still like 10. You know, back when, how to really explain this? Because I was kind of saving my jewels for pulls on, you know, on basically the big deals that I needed to pull for that would allow me to kind of progress in the game a lot farther. So, you know, I would see people pull like tier 4 or above, you know, these premium medals, and I'm over here like, bro, in one pack, you just pulled more than what I had, because at the time I think I had Illustrated Aqua, because Aqua is like my favorite Kingdom Hearts character, and I pulled for Illustrated Kairi because she's really good, and I really like Kairi as well, so I was happy that she's actually a really, really good medal. And then I pulled an SP Roxas, and that was all. That was all of the premium medals I had. You know, and it's like, I didn't pull for the SP Roxas. I kind of, I was buying packs, and he kind of just popped out. I'm like, oh, well, that's cool, I guess. I mean, it's an SP medal that, you know, I didn't really, you know, I wasn't really trying to go for, so I was like, cool. It was like a little bonus. It was like a little fucking, it was a little snack, a little treat. A little, you know, little freaking throw a bone to the dog, right? So I was like, oh, cool. So, I mean, and people were pulling like 3 or 4 medals. So it's like, yeah, sometimes you crank that lever and, you know, you just get a golden shower of just godliness, you know? You just pull freaking all the new premiums in the pack, and you're just like, yo, I don't need to pull anything else now. You know, and it's like, that's cool, that's all fine and good, but it's like, you also have to understand that this being such a gachapon system, and us not having hard percentages or numbers is a really, really big problem. This was also a problem that Warframe was facing, in my opinion, a while ago. It's transparency in the drop tables. Because, alright, so at least, like, Nintendo, like, alright, so love it or hate it, Fire Emblem Heroes at least they tell you your chances of pulling something. Like, you know, in this, they don't tell you a hard percentage. They don't give you hard numbers. They're just kind of like, hey, this new metal comes out, pull for it. And it's like, well, all right, but you know, what are my percentages of actually pulling this metal? You know, how likely am I to actually get this new thing? And you know, as we're coming out with you know, as we're coming out with what's it called? It's like as we're coming out with like new metals and like EX metals and this and that, we're seeing that I guess like the whole mercy pull stuff is starting to get farther and farther down the line. You know, we're starting to like just not see mercy pulls. You know, like I guess at least they're giving us mercy pulls on like massive game changers like point 2 Kairi. Because if point 2 Kairi wasn't a mercy pull, I'd be pretty bummed about that. I mean, because not to mention every single like illustrated type Kairi, or like, you know, the big Kairi that isn't like a tier 3, you know, she's like either a tier 4, tier 5, you know, whatever. They've all had mercy pulls. Obviously, Kingdom Illustrated Kairi, the first one, had a 10 mercy pull, because that was what we were at back in the day when she first came out. But then she came through several other times as well, and I believe she was a 5 mercy pull, which was cool, because it's like she wasn't as good as she was back in the day. We had other things that were out that could replace her, so it kind of just gave like another chance to get one of these tier 3 boosters, you know, if you happen to miss the tier 3 boosters from before, which was really cool in my opinion that they did that. So it's not like I'm trying to like rip on Square Enix North America or anything. You know, they've done some good, they've done some bad. They have been doing quite a bit of bad, in my opinion. But I mean, it's like I don't want to downplay the good. You know, at least they've made every Kairi I guess available. They've made every Kairi, I guess, like what's the word for it? Like, they've made every single like Kairi that's in the game. They've made them like they're good. They're good for the community. They're good to have, and they've also been obtainable. At least at some point, they've been obtainable, which is really nice. Now, when it comes to stuff like the EX medals, on the other hand, I don't like the way they've handled them. I don't like the way Japan has even handled them. Like, they're really powerful, really good medals. The thing is, for me, though, they're not like the be-all, end-all medal. Like, Sephiroth EX is out there. Okay, like, I understand that. Sephiroth EX is pretty dope. But when it comes to like Cloud and Axel, where it's like, okay, well, you get a times 3 boost to their respective element, and they get a times 3 defense down to the target of their element, and it's really easy to get their booster up to max. It's good. It's good. You know, I'm not going to say that it's not good. It's just having it be a non-mercy, or having like, I don't really feel like they're. I almost feel like they don't really deserve the whole, oh well, it's an EX medal. This is the tits. You know, this is the big boy hot ticket item, right? Like, I don't really feel like they deserve it. Because it's almost like, you know, you look at Sephiroth EX. Now, at that point, I believe Sephiroth EX deserves the title of EX. Because, like, what? He does massive damage, massive multiplier. I'm just gonna kill this guy. I would normally wait for his parts to regenerate, but he's like super low. So, so yeah. Anyways, like freaking, he has like a ×6 power buff and then like a ×6 power debuff. That's what I call EX. That is, you know, freaking intense as hell. And then, of course, you know, watch them bar that behind a no mercy pull. So, I mean, good luck. Good luck to everyone trying to freaking pull him. Of course, there's going to be the people that pull him in the first try. You know, that's just the lay of the land. It's just what's going to happen. With, you know, what, hundreds of thousands, potentially over 1 million people. A lot of people quit, so I don't really want to say, you know, everyone who's downloaded it, etc. And there's people who've downloaded it on multiple devices, multiple things, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, you know, hundreds of thousands of people probably are going to be freaking pulling him. So obviously, out of those hundreds of thousands, there's going to be a decent there's going to be a decent amount of people that pull him in the first go. It's just, you have to look at the raw numbers. You can't always just be like, well, I got him in the first pull, so nothing's the matter, nothing's the problem. It's like, well, no, but did you pull after that? Did you do anything after that? You know, did you check how many other people were having problems with it? Did you go to check, you know, did you go to check numbers? Did you go to check anything else? Or are you just going off of your own pull and you pulled once and you got him in your first pull? Congratulations. And then that was it. Now you're just going to go on to other forums and post on people's threads just like, well, I got him in my first pull, so I don't know what you guys are talking about, you know? It's like you have to go through, and it's like if you scroll through and the front page of Reddit Kingdom Hearts Unchained Key is just, what the fuck is up with these EX pulls? What the fuck is up with this EX Sephiroth pull? And this is just page after page of people saying, dude, I spent like X amount of money. I threw 30,000 gems away for 10 pulls, and I don't have a Sephiroth EX or anything, you know? I dropped 60,000 gems. I did this, I did that. And it's just like, you know, there's obviously a problem if multiple pages from different people are complaining about it. You know, there's obviously a problem. And it's just like, because the thing is, anyone can hit the jackpot. You know, anyone can roll freaking double, like, you know, freaking 777s and, you know, get the nuts. You know what I'm saying? Like, that can happen with anyone. You just have to kind of open your eyes and check around and really try to get some hard information and some hard facts. Which is also why I really wish that Square Enix North America would just kind of come clean on their drop tables. Like, just release them. You know? I mean, just come out. You know? I mean, you would look a lot better by the community even if you have, like, really bad, like, scumfuck drop rates. Like, you know? I mean... And then it's like, at that point, just change. You know, change your ways. That's kind of the thing, in my opinion. Like, if there's a community outcry because you legitimately had really, really bad pull rates and really, really bad what have you, come clean. You know, freaking own up to your mistake. Know that you guys made a mistake. And then just move on. Fix it, you know? Because... like, what worst case scenario is someone finally just decides to go fuck it, and, you know, I'm gonna data mine stuff, I'm gonna try to dig into the files and try to check stuff out for myself, and then it gets leaked, and then Square now looks like super fucking scummy because, you know, Joe Schmo over here freaking did some data mining, did some work, did some research, and he dug up some dark ass shit. He dug up some fucking deep dirt on Square. You know, he freaking looked through the stuff, and, you know, lo and behold, that Sephiroth is locked behind a 0.014% chance to pull it out of a pack. You know, I get that number from Warframe. You know, back in the days of Frost Prime. When he was the new hotness, his blueprint dropped at a 0.014% chance to drop, if I'm not mistaken. It could have been 0.14, but I don't have the data on hand. I remember it was below 1%, and it was like 0.14 or 0.014. I know, I'm sorry, a huge discrepancy there, of course. I mean, But my point still stands. Like, I mean, what does Square? Oh my god, I survived that. That's pretty sick. You know, it's just like, if anything, Square only has stuff to lose from not publishing stuff that should just be public knowledge anyways. Like, I mean, if anything, since these app games are, like, a lot of them are targeted to kids. A lot of these app games are targeted towards younger children and young adults, and, you know, it's basically just Introduction to Gambling 101, which, you know, I kind of feel it's not that it's wrong. It's not, well, all right. So yeah, no, it is pretty wrong to do that. I feel like it should be done in a way that's public knowledge, so that it's like you kind of know what you're getting yourself into. And it's like, okay, well, I get it. Laws are different from here in Japan, because in Japan they actually do have these gachapon laws where things need to be posted. You need to let people know, like, what are the percentages, and then you need to kind of have a limit, because it was a huge problem in Japan. And I feel like it's highly downplayed in America, just because of how we treat things like video games, etc. And I feel like that's really fucked up, you know? Like, I mean, you could have a little kid go into an online gambling site and, you know, gamble, because it's like, well, what is the, you know, like, what is the freaking, like, what is the bar of entry, you know? You just click a couple buttons and, you know, hey, here's my credit card info, here's this and that. And, you know, yeah, no, I'm totally 21. Like, I'm totally of legal gambling age. And, you know, honestly, a lot of times that's what a lot of these app games are. It's just you're cranking the lever and hoping you get something good in the app game, which, come to think of it, it could potentially just be a lot worse, seeing as how you can't really make money back from this. You know, like, you could say that your account is worth, you know, thousands upon thousands of dollars till you're blue in the face, but to be perfectly honest, it's like, is it really though? Like, I mean, you know, yeah, your account has a lot of really good, really powerful stuff, but... Oh. Hey, what's up? What's up, Tucky Mice TK? I'm just, I'm kind of rambling to myself right now. I was just kind of talking about just random stuff, but, what's up, man? Oh, man. I always ramble to myself. Why do I always ramble to myself? But yeah, no, I was kind of like discussing just online gambling type stuff and just gachapon systems and stuff in like app games like this. Oh man, I should have used Zigbar. I messed up there. I missed in the last pull for the guaranteed Kairi. Do you think I can get 2,200 jewels before the event ends? Potentially, yeah. There's I'll check how many days are left in that .2 Kairi event. But I mean, to be honest, like, do you have like some story missions you can do? Do you have anything that is like any mission, like any event mission type of thing that isn't already done? Like, do you have anything like that? Because if you have, like, say, like, the Divine Rose special mission where you get stuff to level that up, if you don't have those done and you complete them, it gives you, like, 30 jewels. So, you know, log in every day. Yesterday, there were 13 days left. Okay. Yeah, just, like, log in every single day. If you have any story missions, if you have, you know, Proud Mode... if you have any, like, event missions, anything along those lines, like, you could potentially make it up. Like, if not, like, worst case scenario, I would say VIP is pretty good. If you don't already have VIP, that'll get you 3,000 jewels, and if you do it this week, you'll also get access to the illustrated VV. And you'll get another HD or Kingdom Hearts 3 Sora, I want to say. Haven't done anything from the events these days, but I've already maxed out my Keyblades. Also, haven't done the Union Cross. Oh, dude, do the Union Crossboards. Those will give you those have gems in them. So play the hell out of Union Cross. Like, you know, like I said, if you have any of those like little event missions, do those until your AP is out. Once you run out of AP, then do Union Crossboards, because I believe the Union Crossboards don't cost any AP at the moment. Like, here, I'll go check for you, because I just got wrecked by the raid boss. But yeah, for sure, do like all those boards. Those will net you some. Those will net you gems. Those will net you like other little bits and pieces. But yeah. So let's see. Yeah, Union Crossboards right now. Like you see, it's a 0 AP thing. So, you know, definitely jump into that. And let's check out those crossboards. Yeah, I'll just jump into this one. So yeah, right here, 10 jewels, 10 jewels, 10. So let me see, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. So that's 80 jewels from this one. And then this is probably another 80. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. So there's another 80 jewels. And then these boards also have them. Yeah, here's another 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. Yeah, there's another 80. So each of these boards look like they're 80 jewels a pop. And then on top of that, you should unlock another board after you complete these. So after you complete these Union Cross boards, usually another board will unlock. So that should be more jewels for you. But then the little special event missions I was talking about. Yeah. So the way the Union Cross boards will work is after you complete these boards, you have to click on the menu and click home. Yeah, and then after you click home, it should update the boards. It'll say, "Hey, you unlocked boards X, Y, and Z." So yeah, after you do those boards, there should be more boards that unlock afterwards. But yeah, for the special missions, I would say if you haven't done any of your Moogle of Glory stuff, do the Moogle of Glory stuff to get the mission completions from those. And then, okay, not this one, but the material quests. So like this one right here. After I did this one, it gave me another 30 jewels. I believe each of these will give you 30 jewels as well. So if you haven't done any of those, you've done all your Mog stuff, okay. I would say check out some of these, because I believe each of these will give you 30 jewels a pop. And then if you haven't done any, like if you still need to do some of your story mission, like I think I still need to do like 10 more story quests. Like every 5 levels, I believe it gives you 150 or 250 jewels. I don't remember exactly because it's been a while since I've done like story quests. You've already done all your mithrils and such. Okay. Let's see. What else? Then there's just daily logins as well. You know, there's the KHuX board. I believe Chernabog. Yeah, so if you do inflict 25,000 or more damage with 1 hit. So if you have like a really powerful single hit metal, like say if you have a jack. Here, let me go ahead and pull it up. How much you get from the KHuX events? I believe you get 10 jewels per mission, I believe. But yeah, so this jack right here, if you have this one, it's the Blade of 7 ability, just like the King Mickey. That should get you enough damage. It should get you like the what was it, 25,000 in one hit. I wanted to do the Chernabog event when I have Kairi. Right, yeah. Like I want to do I honestly wanted to do both of these after I get Kairi. I'm kind of stuck on the KHuX event, so I wanted to pull for illustrated Kairi. I'm stuck on the quest number 7. I haven't really messed with my setup or anything, so I'm sure it's just like I'm messing up my setup, but yeah, like after I get .2 Kairi, I wanted to come back through and do stuff. But yeah, no, like I was actually talking about point 2 Kairi and power creep earlier in the stream. Oh, what am I doing? I still need to go kill that boss. I still have a boss active. But yeah, like I was kind of just talking to myself about just power creeps and setups. Be like Kairi point 2 or wait, Kairi, oh, illustrated number 2, Kairi point 2, power buff, Majesty. Yeah, that sounds pretty much, yeah, like if you want to do like a power setup, maybe like in the first slot, point 2 Kairi, then illustrated KH2 Kairi, and then something like illustrated Sora A for that tier 2 buff to power, and then Maui, or actually no, Maui first, because then you can go Maui, Sora A, and then like Majesty in the last slot. Or it's like you could put Maui in that fourth slot just so that you can give the power boost to your shared metal as well. It's kind of either or. But yeah. It's mainly because my current booster, like my current the current thing I use is Illustrated Bell and Beast because I got the dual cast on it. So, like, since I've been using that cuts down the amount of attacks I get on the wolf, which it lets it counterattack me a lot more. So it's kind of been screwing me up. But yeah. But yeah, no, like that point 2 Kairi, dude, like I think I was just kind of talking to myself about it. Oh, yeah, no, yeah, illustrated Kairi first. I'm sorry. Illustrated KH2 Kairi. I'm sorry. I messed that up. Yeah, so illustrated Kairi 2 first for that fixed damage, but then you'd have the point 2 Kairi after that so that you get the bonus, exactly. Just as you said. You get the bonus afterwards because the KH2 Kairi inflicts the fixed amount of damage. So yeah, the point 2 Kairi after the KH2 Kairi, or the point 2 Kairi, yeah, after the I just got it mixed up. Mixed up. But yeah, should I use HD Nominate for something? HD Nominate is really good. I'm not too certain how she works at the moment. Like I know how if she's set before a medal, then she'll use whatever's after her. I don't know how I don't know if she'll clone the guilt as well. And I don't really know how her guilt works with it. But I would definitely say if you have HD Nominate, definitely mess around with it. She can definitely help you out. Yeah, you can clone Maui. My only problem with Maui would be, depending on where you set them, it'd be kind of awkward. I guess in this scenario where it'd be like KH2 Kairi, then point 2 Kairi, and then like HD Nominate, and then Maui, it would work because he would fall into that slot. But yeah, just remember that the Maui only buffs you for 3 attacks, including himself. So you'll lose, like your friend Metal will lose the 3 tiers of power strength. So it would drop down to 3 instead of the 6 because he would fall out of that HD Nominate range. But yeah, no, like I've been checking out on the Facebook group that that I joined. A lot of people have been having really good luck out of these banners. It's really cool. A lot of people were saying they got like boosted Kairis in their first pull. A lot of people were just saying they got Kairi in general out of their first pull. So it's really cool that a lot of people are getting them because they're really powerful medals. Like, what did you get out of your pulls? I honestly haven't pulled yet. I'm kind of holding off for a minute. But yeah, I kind of like to just hear what people pull, see what happens, see what people get. Honestly, I mean, outside of the .2 Kairi, I don't really know what else I'd really be excited for, to be honest. I mean, there's just like some kind of odds and ends type of deal, but I'm gonna need to attack that point, huh? And I got greedy. That dual attack. Man, alright. Worst pull was the one where I got illustrated KH1 Kairi. Ah. Yeah, it's unfortunate because, like, the Kingdom Hearts 1 Kairi has fallen off so hard now, like, I don't know, I guess it's kind of just power creep in the game, I guess, but it's just, I don't know, it kind of sucks that, like, I mean, because I don't know how long you've been playing, but, like, back when that Kingdom Hearts Kairi, like, the first one came out, she was, like, the staple. She was, like, a must-have, you know? And now it's just, like, you know, she's fallen off so hard, no one really cares about it anymore. Like, I don't know, it just kind of sucks. Like, I don't know. Power creep is just kind of odd, I guess. But yeah, I think I went on like a 30-minute just talk. I'm just talking into my mic about it. I've been playing since the game came out. All right, cool. Yeah, no, like, because then you remember, like, back in the day when freaking KH1 Kairi came out, the illustrated one, that was, like, staple. That was, like, a must-have for your setup, because, like, it's just, it gave you that tier 3 buff right out the gate, so you didn't have to stack up, like, Poo and Pig, or a Pooglet. You didn't have to stack, you know, Pooglet and Diz, or what have you. It was super good. You know, that was, I think it was the first medal that I mercy pulled for, because that thing was just super powerful, and I wanted it, so I just kind of went in on it. But yeah, it's kind of getting edged out. I have to check the screenshots. Check the screenshots? Like, for what? Oh, for like when you pulled it? Like, it's just, oh man, I'm trying to think of just like, because like I understand, you know, power creep in a game has to happen. Like, it's kind of a thing that will happen as the game kind of progresses, but yeah, it's kind of odd, I guess. Like, let's see, what does this do? Honestly, this probably do a ton of damage, so let's go with that. But yeah, it's like, I mean, because when I pulled it, I used that thing all day. Like, that was like the thing that I had set up in my stuff. Got HD Axel, I think, and illustrated KH2 Sora. Nice, nice. Cool. Ah, I messed it up again. Dang it. I keep on freaking moving this screen around, and I can't do that, because if I do that, it'll mess up everything. Alright, there we go. Much better. But yeah, nice. That's cool stuff, man. It makes me want to do some pulls. I was probably gonna record my pulls and upload them. Like, I know it's super basic to, like, you know, hey guys, I'm doing a 30,000 jewel pull thing, but I don't know. Like, I kind of want to do it just for some fun. But yeah. I don't really think there's anything like nothing that I really like super wanted outside of that, just like the .2 Kairi, because that thing is, I mean, it's a lot like all the other Kairis that get released. Like they're just, when they come out, a lot of these Kairis are just, they're game changers. They're like super powerful. I don't feel like it is basic. Usually serves for people to know if they should pull or not. All right, cool. All right, yeah. All right, awesome. Then I'll go ahead and I'll probably just record my pulls and just throw them up there. Cool. It's always good to get reaffirmation? Affirmation? It's always good to just hear other people's opinions on it, is all, so. Alright, cool. I will, I'll probably do it off screen. I don't know. Cause I kind of want, cause like right now, I don't think while I'm streaming, I don't think it records the game's audio. So I think I have to do it from my phone. Starting to suspect that each pull has a specific set of medals that drop really often. I mean, that could be. I think I feel like they've done that once or twice, like advertised it, at least, because like you saw kind of like the bigger medals are just like, hey, you can pull one of these 5 medals, right, out of like, you know, tier 4s and tier 5s that are out. So it's kind of like, you know, I wouldn't put it past them. You're hearing the game volume? That is so weird, because like the screen recording software, it's saying that I have no desktop volume, so huh. Maybe it could just be because I'm streaming it from my phone, like I'm streaming it from my phone to my PC. So it could be that I have my phone on my desk and it's just getting picked up by my microphone, but I mean, if it's like high quality, then it's probably just a straight up game. Like, maybe I'm hearing it through you, but I do hear. Okay, yeah, I don't know, cause yeah, it's just, I don't know. Mobizen is weird. It took me like an hour to get this, like, and it probably, in all fairness, it probably shouldn't have taken me that long to get everything set up, but yeah, like, I don't know, like, I couldn't wrap my head around it, I guess. Like, I couldn't wrap my head around just, like, how to really sign up for the stuff and do all that, but I mean, now I got it up and running, so, I mean, at least I'm doing that. I was streaming over on Twitch, because, oh, it's not high quality, it's really low. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, it's probably getting picked up by my microphone then. Cause yeah, if it was streaming directly from the game, then it would be much better quality. I think if I make just a straight up recording, it'll be a lot better. But yeah, I'll have to kind of finagle some stuff and kind of move stuff around and do all that. Let's hit that. Oh no, I hit the boss. But yeah, I'll go ahead and do a pull video then, because I mean, yeah, I guess pull videos in a sense are pretty helpful for stuff, just to kind of check the drop rates in the game and whatnot, just to see what other people are getting. So I'll go ahead and make a little thing for it. But yeah, no, I just, because I think the way YouTube does the whole, like, streaming stuff is, like, it'll upload kind of like Twitch. It'll just upload to your channel. Except, in this case, I don't think it ever, like, disappears unless you take it down. So, on Twitch, you could, like, save little archives of your stuff. But then after, like, I think it's, like, a month or so, it gets taken down or something. Back in KH2, Kairi. The drop rate for Donald medals was insane. Oh man, you remember back in the day when we could still pull freaking quest medals out of medal pull packs? That's always great during a new epic medal carnival. You would pull freaking a million just Donalds or Pence or Hayner. Man, dude. Those were the freaking days. The dark days, man. God, like, it's, those quest medals. Right? Yeah, you'd pull freaking tier 2s and freaking... You'd pull all, like, the low tier stuff. You'd pull, like, a ton of just tier 1s. You, like, and then back in the day, like, you'd be happy to pull, like, a tier 2 because it's like, well, at least I got something that could potentially be usable. I remember selling some medals because I didn't know about the... Oh, yeah. Honestly, they probably should have said something about that at the start of the game, to be perfectly honest. Because, like, people really didn't know about it, and they're just like, well, you know, why do I want to fuse these things together, you know? And then when they finally got to it, they're just like, well, I just sold a ton of my stuff, so... Thanks, Square. Like, I played the game at the start, and then, like, because I was on my really old phone, like, it was like an iPhone 4 that it was out of service, and, I just used it as an iPod, so I was running it off of that, and it was bad. It was really bad. So I just kind of stopped playing it for a while, and then after I got my new phone, I started playing it on that. And, you know, at that point, so much better. Or when having AoE Tier 2 Cloud back in the day was meta. Right? Dude, yeah, and then Black Coat Mickey, dude. Like, I still don't have him guilted. I think I pulled, like, 2 of them to this day. And it's just going to get worse and worse for pulling those things because, like, the metal pool just gets bigger and bigger. But yeah, no, I remember back when Black Coat Mickey was, like, the bee's knees. That was, like, the metal that you wanted to have. That thing guilted was like the freaking strongest thing in the game on Olympia. That was some good old times. Yeah, that was crazy because I remember watching like DUJ2 and, you know, some other people like Eternia and all that. Like they would have like gilted Black Coat King Mickeys, and I'm just like, man, I wish I had that. I'm gonna make tier 2 drop missions. Dude, that'd be cool. I would dig that, right? Like, just freaking, you can go in and, like, I don't know, maybe, like, fight a ton of, like, a ton of those jewel enemies. You know, the little jewel bags and money bags and stuff. You can fight, like, a ton of those, and they'll give you, like, random tier 2 drops. I think that'd be really cool. And then at that point, I kind of wish that they would also take out tier 2 medals from medal packs, you know, from pulling. It just because, like, since we have that alternate source, we really don't need them in the packs. And it's like at this point, I don't really think anyone uses tier 2 medals anymore, like, because they just really don't cut it. New episode of Boku no Hero Academia is live. Nice. I've been meaning to watch it. I've been meaning to catch up on some animes, but I just, I don't know. In between my job and streaming and trying to upload videos to YouTube and stuff, I just had, like, no spare time. I think the last thing I finished was, Kobayashi-san, no Dragon Maid. I think that was probably the last thing I finished. I guess someone, like, one more raid boss before the double Lux hour is out. Watch it. Yeah, like all my friends are telling me to watch Boku no Hero Academia. Like, it's yeah, like everyone I know is just like, oh, do you watch anime? It's like, yeah, I watch anime. It's like, dude, you gotta watch this. It's like, alright. Yeah, I gotta catch up. I mean, because I also have to catch up on Berserk as well. Tried watching One Piece and I got bored in the Usopp episode. Yeah, freaking... One Piece is really daunting just because of how long it's been a thing and how long it's been on. Like, you know, trying to catch up on it now, like, you would need someone to just be like, yo, skip all of these hundreds of episodes and just go to this. Or at least that's what one of my friends was telling me. Is just like skip all of this because it's not as cool, and then just jump into here and you should be fine. Watch everything in less than 24 hours? Damn. Freaking just binge watched it. It's the way to do it, man. Just set up one day, order pizza, chill on the couch, and watch anime. Turn that phone on silent and just never pay attention to anything else. That's the way you gotta roll. Let's see. What do I want to bring along with me on this? This one? Alrighty. Season 2 is so good. Yeah. It's frustrating because the main character is more of a weight. Yeah, because that's what I heard. Because like the premise is like a lot of people are starting to gain like superpowers, and then that one kid wants to be a hero, right? But like he doesn't have his superpowers. Like he doesn't have powers, so he's just trying to kind of do stuff, but he doesn't really have the powers to back up anything, right? Like that's kind of how it rolled out, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know if that Riku. Oh wait, I have my what's it called? But yeah, like, I think that was the synopsis I read of it. And it sounds awesome. Like I definitely do need to watch it because like everyone's been hyping it up. It's not 100%. Okay. But yeah, no, like, I definitely do want to watch it at some point. And then I have another one of my friends. He's telling me to watch Attack on Titan. Like I tried Attack on Titan, but it wasn't really like. I got hyped for like the whole episode like 12.5 or something, the recap of everything that's happened, and then it totally lost me with just like the next episode. I'm just like, bruh, give me some Titan slaying action right now. I don't want to watch like court scenes and freaking, should we kill this guy? Should we not kill this guy? He could turn into a Titan. That's pretty dangerous. And it's like, well, or we could just skip to a scene of everyone killing Titans. Let's watch that. But yeah. So I need to give Attack on Titan another chance, I guess. Basically, humans evolved into beings with quirks. Some people use those quirks to be heroes and some to be villains. And you have Deku, which was born with no quirk but still wanted to be a hero. Okay. So, and then like quirks are like their little powers and stuff, like what they could do. Like I've seen like the frog girl. I don't know what she can do, but like I've seen just like random fan art for it. Like someone did like the whole like it's like like her angry face, and then when she opens her mouth, it's just like Ree. The freaking the normie thing, the normie Ree, the freaking meme. Alright, but yeah, like the premise of that sounds really cool. So I will have to, I'll have to take a peek at it. Peep those dubs. She can do frog stuff, stretch out the tongue, jump high, climb walls. Alright. But then I think that's really like the only other people I've really seen from it. But I will need to take a peek at it. I will need to check that out again, because, I mean, it sounds really cool. I just haven't really had any spare time, unfortunately. Really trying to grow myself here and on Twitch and whatnot. Try and do the stuff with the things. And then I've also been rewatching Outlaw Star. I picked up like the DVD box set like years ago, and then I watched it all, and then I kind of put it away for a while, and then I kind of busted it out again. I'm like, you know what? Outlaw Star sounds good right now. Let's watch that. Fantastic space anime. Animus. to enter UA, which is the most famous and best school for heroes, but for the hero course, you gotta complete a challenge and the person with the most amount of points wins. Huh. But he needed a quirk to stand a chance at least. Yeah, because he'd be fighting all the other people that have, you know, abilities and stuff, so it'd be like... basically be like freaking putting Superman and the Justice League up against like normal freaking people, so yeah, that makes sense. So like how does he get his quirk? Did it kind of just like appear? Like he kind of like he's like it was like a he had it all along type of thing? Or was it like I don't know, like maybe he like got it through some sort of special means or something like that? This is a spoiler. Alright, I guess I'll watch it instead. So, because, like, usually for stuff that I'm interested in, I don't want spoilers, but, like, if I'm not, like, if I don't want to get into it, I'll just be like, alright, yeah, I'll take spoilers. But, yeah, no, I'll go ahead and watch it then. I'll have to watch it. Because I've heard good things about it, and I don't want to pull a Breaking Bad, because I basically freaking... like the only episode of Breaking Bad I watched was like the last episode, and I'm just like, oh, all right, now I know what happens. Find out in like episode 2 or 3. Oh, that's not bad then. Like, that'd be easy peasy. That's like just like introductory basically. So yeah, I'll definitely just watch it then. How long do we have this? We only have this event for the weekend, right? I want to say we only... yeah, we only have this event for this weekend. Okay. I'm gonna need to do a lot more grinding then. Well, maybe not a lot more, because I mainly want to just pick out the, like the, what is it, like the fashion part of the board. Like, I just want to, like, get all the costumes and stuff. I mean, I don't know. If I can get up to these boards, then yeah, I'll do them. But I'm not gonna lose sleep over not getting the bonus boards. Alright. Oh yeah, I guess we could check the Union Cross boards as well. Because I do have a good amount of cross coins. Just spamming that click button. Alright. Whoops. The thing is that the system for the hero course exam does not work properly for each quirk since it forces you to have a physical quirk. I'll have to take a gander at it. Oh god, and then there's Coliseum also. I mean, I could just do like a little Coliseum push. Just like get my coins and get my ranking. Like what are the boards? Like what are the costumes this month? They're just kind of meh. It's like you have someone with super strength and someone who can read minds, put them against a robot and see who kills more robots. Yeah, that would be really one-sided. I mean, for the most part, yeah, like the super strength is going to win out, I would think. But it's kind of an odd setup. Oh, hey, it's one of these guys. But yeah, that's on my list. I have a few things that are on my list for just like anime, because I have Crunchyroll, so it's like I have like a handful of things in my queue that I just need to like sit down and watch one day. Man, like what else is in my queue? Show will probably make you cry. Made me almost cry twice and made me cry once. It seems like kind of an emotional show, like just from a couple of like. I mean, isn't there like a love interest thing between certain characters and like. I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't know. Like because like I feel like a couple of my friends that were suggesting it to me were saying that there's like a couple like emotional scene type things in it. Which is nice. I mean, you know, you can't have just like all action all the time, so it's nice to have like just a couple little breaks of, you know, emotional moments or stuff like that. Another armed warrior. Always good to have this metal against these things. Just wipe them. It's not the focus. There's, oh my god, she turned, oh, okay. The reasons why they want to become heroes, and that is what messes up with you. Yeah, I mean, because, like, yeah, backstories would be, like, would probably be pretty intense. Like, I'm trying to think of something off the top of my head, like, because, let me think. Oh, God, like, what would be, like, a superhero backstory? Well, I mean, I don't know about this really being, like, a superhero backstory, but, like, one of, like, so if you're familiar with, the like the DC comic universe and like the Green Lanterns and the different Lantern Corps and stuff like that, the Red Lanterns, like they're supposed to symbolize like rage. So one of the Red Lanterns is like, it's just a little house cat, right? And people are like, why the hell is there a fucking house cat? Like, why is it a little house cat that turned into a Red Lantern? And it's like, I guess the backstory for that was like, the cat and the owner were both like shot to death in like a home invasion thing or something like that. I forgot exactly what it was, but like, I guess it goes into the backstory of the little cat and like how, like, you know, how much he loved his owner, and then, you know, he sees the owner die and then the cat dies, and like, I guess like the cat was like really pissed off over it, and so he was able to get like the Red Lantern ring and stuff like that. And so it was like it was just kind of odd. And then like it zoomed out and the cat was just sleeping there, and you know, like, I forgot who it was, but like, I think they were talking like, I wonder what that cat dreams about, because it's like, you know, he has the Red Lantern ring, you know, so it's like, obviously he has like a lot of rage, so they're just like, well, I wonder what that cat dreams about. He was just dreaming about how like he couldn't save his owner or something like that. It's like, aw, poor cat. Yeah, I get you. I get you. And that's also cool that they go into the backstories. Because I know a lot of times, like, people will just kind of skip over the backstories of stuff because it's just like, well, no, we got to continue on with the story that we were gonna use. You know, we were gonna push on with the story that is like currently going or something. And it's like, well, it's also nice to see the backstories of the characters, because then you actually get to know the character and you know their reasoning behind what they're doing. Todoroki's the only with a dark hero backstory, and it's not dark, just sad. Okay. I will have to check it out, because people be hyping that stuff, yo. People be hyping that stuff up. Super hardcore. Something you'd feel like it would never happen. It was something like could. Well, that's all. That's honestly probably like some of the best backstories, right? Like, it's almost like you can't really see that happening to everyone, but you understand like it's not like crazy enough to say that it would never happen, but it's also like it's just like you can kind of like you can kind of sympathize with it, but it's also like kind of out there enough to be like, whoa, that's pretty fucking, you know, that's pretty sick. It's pretty crazy. Made up bullcrap and a bunch of relatable stuff. And then that's also good as well. I mean, because if it gets too relatable and too generic, you kind of just instantly tell, like, okay, well, this is just a paper thin Call of Duty story. You know, like if it's just freaking, you know, just like this garbage, like, oh well, you know, freaking my name is freaking what was it? Whatever, Montoya, and you killed my father, and now you die, and they just use that for everything, you know. You have to find that fine line to where it's like it's unique enough to be its own standalone thing, yet something that isn't going to be like so out there that it's too insane to really ever make sense. But then it also has to be like, it has to be just crazy enough to be like, whoa, that's pretty freaking cool. You always have to walk that fine line when you give someone a backstory. Otherwise, it just gets too jarbled, jarbled and whatnot. I wonder how far I could push this Coliseum. I don't even know what the rewards are. I mean, I don't think I'm going to make it into top 10. Or, I mean, top 1,000. That's just out there. That's just too crazy. Kind of wondering, do I want to stream this all night? It's been a while since I played this game like this much in one sitting, because I think I started like 3 hours ago. And I've played this quite a bit. Top 1,000, I can. Dang, nice. Yeah, no, I've on like I'm not really like V2P or anything. Like I kind of just buy jewels whenever like whenever we get like a bonus medal and bonus jewels tied to it. You know, because it kind of gives you like an extra bang for your buck, and you also get like a medal that is like it's an exclusive thing that isn't going to come back. So that's usually when I purchase the jewel packs, or when I purchase VIP. I mean, yeah, I don't know. Like I think the biggest thing is I just need to like start working on my setups and working on like I need to. I guess I don't take this game like competitively enough. In like a sense, I don't really like. I don't know. I've never really been like in a competitive nature with it. Usually use Sebastian and Illustrated Kairi 2 plus a bunch of medals. Yeah, like, I mean, at this point, the setups are they're gonna change up to. I mean, basically, I'm always gonna have like illustrated illustrated KH2 Kairi and then point 2 Kairi. Like, it's gonna. That's basically gonna be my set. Like, it's just that's you know that's just how it's gonna roll out. Because that combination, super freaking powerful. And then after that, like, it's just after that, it's kind of just on a case by case basis of what you need. Also, I've been thinking about illustrated Kairi 2 plus point 2 Kairi plus HD Nominee plus Maui plus Majesty would be really powerful. Yeah, like for damage, that sounds pretty freaking legit. Like, I could definitely see that putting in some work. Honestly, I haven't really, like, I never really put too much thought into my setups. I just kind of go with, like, oh, well, this sounds good, so I just kind of use it. Like, I'm always like, okay, well, I need, like, illustrated Bell and Beast because mine rolled the dual cast, so that's going to be number 1. Then I'm probably going to have, like, KH2 illustrated Kairi because she's freaking amazing. And then, yeah, after that, I mean, maybe, like, if I have medals that drop defense, which, it's kind of hit or miss whether you need it or not. It's more on, like, the higher level regular enemies, and you don't really need it for, like, raid bosses, because raid bosses don't really have too many hit points, at least from what I've seen. Or, well, so they have a lot of hit points, but they don't have, like, a lot of defense, I guess. Or when you drop their defense, it's not, like, as crucial as it would be to, like, a level 500 invisible with, like, a ton of buffs on him or whatnot. Let's see, what do I want to use here? Sure. But yeah, that, and then also, I don't know, I think the next medal I'm most excited about after the point 2 Kairi is probably going to be Sephiroth EX, but I have a feeling, like, if everything goes the way it's been going, I think Sephiroth EX is just going to be another non-mercy pull, and I'm going to be super sad about it. Plus 6 strength, plus 5 power, plus -1 enemy power defense when I play my Majesty with attack boost, 3 max and fully guilted. Yeah, that's that's pretty freaking powerful. I mean, you're gonna be hitting pretty hard. And on top of that, Meowjesty just freaking hits like a freight train because it's freaking Meowjesty, dude. Like, I love my Meowjesty. Super happy that I got it. But yeah, not only Meowjesty is pretty freaking legit. But yeah, like I think probably the next medal that I was like really like hyped up about would be like that EX Sephiroth, because that EX Sephiroth is just, oh, that thing for power, and oh, it looks freaking amazing. Oh, hell yeah. Meowjesty, best Dream Eater ever, bro. Meowjesty, he's the king. He's the king of freaking Dream Eaters. Which reminds me, I still need to play through Dream Drop Distance. What am I doing with my life? It's like I have it, I just need to play through it. But anyways, yep. Majesty was pretty badass. Like, honestly, for a while there, that was like my thing. I would always like use my Keyblades with like Majesty in it because he was so powerful. He would just do like just buttloads of damage. I loved it. I loved it. But yeah, so that EX Sephiroth, when I saw that thing, I'm just like, yo, like, I kind of want to pull in JP just to get it, but I didn't really have too many jewels in my JP account, so I'm just like, it's whatever. But yeah, no, I think when it comes around to like NA, I think I probably will pull it. Like, all right, I'll pull for it at least. Like trying to get it. Yeah, no, Miyachi is freaking like I still use him sometimes. I'm kind of back and forth. Like, I really like using my my Musketeer Goofy. Like, I've really enjoyed the Musketeer medals, so I've been using those a lot. But like, yeah, if I just need something to hit something really hard, like Miyachi is probably my go-to thing for power. YouTube money though, man, I freaking wish. I wish. But I am going to try to stay as diligent as possible with this. Like, if anything, I kind of feel bad because, like, although I am still streaming, I kind of, like, I really was only streaming on Twitch. And now it's like, I'm, like, I kind of want to swap over for, like, at least to get a couple hours of streaming on Twitch. But the only reason why I'm not streaming on Twitch right now is mainly it's mainly because I don't they didn't have a category for this. I can be back later. All right, sounds good, man. Go enjoy that episode of Boku no Hero, man. You have fun, dude. Later, man. Thanks for Thanks for stopping by the stream. You know, checking me out and whatnot, dog. Later. You can stream on Twitch or YouTube at the same time. Like, I think, yeah, I heard something about that. I just need to, like, I need to take a look at it. And then I also want to see if my PC can actually do that. But yeah, use the multi-stream chat to read the comments. Huh. I'll have to look into that because I'm relatively new to all this. So I'll take a look at that. And then at that point, I can just stream to YouTube and to Twitch at the same time, which would be great. I wonder if my PC can handle that. I mean, it's streaming just fine, because the only thing that's really, like, lagging is the Mobizen freaking thing, like, whatever this is. The little app. Then again, I might hop on to something else. I don't know. I'm just so indecisive. Because I also need to do stuff in Warframe. I need to do, like, my sorties and do all that. I'm thinking about doing some of the story quests as well, because I do need to catch up on those. I think it's like, well, we get like main story quests next week, I want to say, because we got Proud Mode this week. Huh. I haven't done Coliseum in a while. This is kind of different. Alright. Then, do I want to play some Overwatch also? Because, I mean, I do kind of need to get my bonus loot boxes on arcade mode. It's also fun to just read the chat and watch people get, like, super butthurt because Hanzo is the greatest character in the entire game. Man. Fun times, fun times. I have dual attack on my Halloween Town Sora? Alright. I didn't even notice that. Oh man. Let's see what I could buy. I feel like they really did change up a lot of this, like... I don't know. I need to check it out a bit more, but I feel like they changed up a lot of it since I, like... Because it's been a while since I've done Coliseum, just because I haven't really felt like going in to do it. Attack boost all 2. What a meme. What a meme. What a meme. Do each of these come with a... Yeah, it's a magic mirror at the start. It's like I'd rather have the magic mirror over the experience medals. That one's 900. Oh well. But yeah, it's like I'd much rather have the magic mirror just to have another magic mirror. Like experience medals I'm not too like concerned about because of, you know, just how many I have. I really feel like they did change this up a lot though, like a lot. Poison pots. Those things are awesome. I kind of want to see more enemies like that. That just like you interact with them and like they'll like if you beat them in the middle of a fight or if you beat them like, you know, during something, it'll like kind of do an interaction during the fight that'll benefit you for like defeating that enemy or something. I feel like that'd be really cool to just introduce as like little like combat tricks that you can do. God, why am I so tired though? Like I slept all day. Man. I don't know, maybe it's because I was moving everything around. I don't know. Is this water still cold? I took this out hours ago. Not really, it's like room temp. First world problems. You know what? And I need to charge my old iPod because I like listening to my old tunes from like back when I was in high school. Honestly, I really do need to check out that multi-stream function. Yeah, this... How am I gonna... Oh, well... I think, to be honest, I could just record it on my phone, have Audacity open while I record from my phone, and then I'll just kind of sync it up like that. Huh. Well. That was, Okay. Mobizen, like, just died. Or disconnected or something. Well, I guess that's where I'll end it then. Like, that is odd. Well, I guess next thing I'll be doing is I'll probably go... I don't know, am I looking to multi-stream and then do all that? And then stream something else? I might stream either Borderlands 2, Overwatch, or, I mean, there's Warframe. I'll play that in a couple of days. Took a little break from it. Alright. Well, that kind of sucked. Like, Mobizen just kind of freaked out and just shut off. Well. Alright, well, if anyone is still in the chat room, thank you for watching me. What? Oh, that was James. Oh my god, I didn't even know James was in the freaking chat. Wow. Damn. Well, yeah, I'm gonna take a little break here, and I'll be back probably within 20 minutes or so. I'm gonna take a peek at that multi-stream stuff.